Long before scrolls carried ink, before the stars were given names, there stood a mountain, tall, unyielding, cloaked in cloud and crowned by wind. And upon that sacred peak there rested a stone, not laid by hand, nor born of earth, but formed by the cosmos itself, shaped by the breath of heaven and the pulse of earth's deepest fire. For centuries it lay still, until one night, the stars above aligned with the silence below. The stone split, and from its core leapt life. He was not born, he awakened, a creature of mischief and might, crafted not by gods, but by the universe's own imagination. This was Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, a legend not written in ink, but carved in thunder. He arrived not weeping, but laughing. With a leap and a grin, the newborn danced across mountain tops as if the wind itself had been waiting to carry him. He was clever, fast, fearless. He spoke to the clouds, wrestled with tigers, and bathed in moonlight, until every beast of the forest bowed, and every creature of Huago Mountain named him their king. Behind the veil of falling water, he found his throne, a sacred cavern lit by gems and glowing moss, untouched by war, unseen by gods. And there, he claimed it, not by conquest, but by courage. He became Mei Ho Wang, the handsome Monkey King, crowned not with gold, but with loyalty and joy. But joy, like wind, does not sit still for long, and the Monkey King began to hunger for more. Not more gold, not more power, but knowledge, immortality, the secrets of the way. And so began his second journey, not outward, but upward. The throne of Huaguo Mountain brought him peace. But peace, for a spirit so wild, was not purpose. Sun Wukong began to ask questions no king dared ask. Why must I grow old? Why must any of us die? And so, he left. Cloaked in wind, riding the crest of waves, he sought the secrets of eternity, across oceans, over continents, through storms and silence. There, in a temple beyond time, he found a sage who taught not with words, but with stillness. He learned to still his breath, to quiet his thoughts, to see through illusions. He mastered the 72 transformations, from eagle to mist, from giant to ant. He learned to ride clouds and walk among the stars. And then, he did what no student should. He stole the secret of immortality. The Monkey King had not just awakened himself, he had stirred the world beyond. The realms of gods and dragons were now watching. When the heavens learned that a monkey had seized immortality, they did not punish him. They invited him. A gesture not of honor, but containment. They gave him a title, Keeper of the Heavenly Stables. Sun Wukong, tamer of storms and slayer of sea monsters, was handed a mop. He rebelled not with rage, but with laughter. He declared himself the great sage, equal to heaven, and carved it into the very walls of the stars. Armies could not stop him. Chains could not bind him. Gods could not outwit him. He was more than a monkey. He was a storm in the shape of a soul. But there was one who did not fight him. But before the final lesson, the Buddha called upon a celestial being, Guan Yin, a goddess forged from compassion and flame. Her role, to witness Wukong's fall, and to later guide his rise. The Buddha offered him a challenge.
Leap from my hand, Wukong, and I shall let you go free. The universe is vast, Wukong, but your pride remains small.
He did not raise his voice. He did not strike. He merely smiled, vast as the sky, still as the stars. And in his presence, the storm that was Wukong paused. He soared for eternity and landed in the Buddha's hand. With a single motion, he was silenced. The Monkey King was no longer free. Now, to know the rest, you must know the quest of Guan Yin, charged with finding the monk Xuanzang. The world had fallen quiet, but not peaceful. Greed, violence, and illusion spread like shadows across the land, and heaven watched in sorrow. It was not the wrath of gods that would restore balance, but wisdom. And so, from the heart of compassion, she came, Guanyin, the Bodhisattva of mercy, descended from the western paradise on a lotus. She searched not for a warrior nor a king, but a monk, humble in spirit, unwavering in heart. His name was Xuanzang, chosen not for might, but for his purity. He was tasked with a sacred journey.
You sweep these steps as if to clear the dust from the world, but it is not dust the world fears, it is forgetting. The path ahead is long, and it will not be walked by warriors, but by the patient, the pure, and the brave. Go west, Xuanzang, carry the light home. I am gathering those who will walk with you, not saints, but souls willing to rise.
To travel west, beyond the known world, and return with the sutras, the words of the Buddha, lost to time. But the road was filled with demons, trials, and temptations. Even the most faithful would need protectors. And so, Guanyin gathered them.
O great Jubashi, big demon, you who once fell for indulgence, have buried your courage beneath laughter and wine. But compassion lies even in hunger. Serve not yourself, but the path of peace. O great Shawujing, river spirit, you who dwell in silence and shame, have not been forgotten. Your sorrow is not your curse. It is your wisdom. Let it guide others through darkness. O great dragon, you who lost your wings in anger, still carry the soul of a guardian. Take new form, bear the weight of a pilgrim, and rise again through service. You who once leapt across the stars have tasted the weight of pride. But strength without purpose is wind without direction. Walk beside the one who seeks truth and become more than legend. You are not perfect, you are not whole, but together you will become the bridge between heaven and earth.
A monkey born of stone, a pig cursed by indulgence, a warrior fallen from grace, and a wingless dragon also fallen from grace. Not perfect, but together, destined. The mountain was no prison, it was a mirror. For 500 years, Sun Wukong sat beneath the weight of heaven's mercy. He who once shattered stars now counted petals as they fell. But before the final lesson, the Buddha called upon a celestial being, a goddess, Guanyin, forged from compassion and flame. Her role to witness Wukong's fall, and to later guide his rise. The world changed. Empires rose and crumbled, yet the mountain endured, and so did he. Guanyin appeared to the monk at the temple, a man of peace, not punishment. His name was Xuanzang. Tasked with a sacred quest, he was told, if you are to survive this journey, you will need him. 500 years have passed, and still you remain. Not broken, not forgotten, only waiting. The world is changing, and heaven has opened a path, but it is not one I can walk alone. You were cast down for defying the skies. Now rise, not as a rebel, but as a protector. Walk with me, Wukong. Help carry the light west.
You bow to a monkey in chains? Strange monk, the heavens crushed me, the earth buried me, and time tried to forget me. But I'm still here, and you're the first to speak without fear. All right, monk, I'll walk with you, but if you betray me, I'll turn your prayers into thunder.
Wukong emerged, not humbled, but awakened. Not the same monkey who defied heaven, but one who now sought to understand it. Bound by a golden headband, not of iron, but of discipline, Sun Wukong joined the monk, not as king, not as rebel, but as protector. Together, they would face demons, illusions, and themselves, to retrieve wisdom, not for power, but for peace. And so, the Monkey King walked, not to conquer, not to rise, but to serve a purpose larger than himself. He faced monsters born not of shadow, but of human weakness. He was tested by gold, tempted by power, haunted by his old self. And with every step westward, the king became a student, the student, a guardian, and the guardian, a sage. The gods who once feared him now bowed in respect, and heaven itself lifted his curse. Sun Wukong, the rebel of stone and fire, became the great victorious fighting Buddha. Not all legends end in glory, some end in wisdom. And so, the tale of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, the trickster, the transcendent, draws to a close. And if you have not yet joined the circle of listeners, subscribe and let the myth flow carry you onward. Return to us soon, here at the Tapestry of Myths, where every legend waits to be remembered, and every soul is welcome at the fire. Until next time, walk in wisdom and wonder.